Hello guys, today we will discuss the CSIR NET Chemistry question 2017 June booklet A. Question number 39 and 44, both are 2 marks question. So this is the first question on your screen. So which one is the most stable conformation of the 2-fluoroethanol? Now let's see. There are four factors we have to give importance in this case: steric crowding, dipole moment, hydrogen bonding, and electron-electron repulsion. So in this conformation, this is the eclipse conformation, right? Where the fluorine and the OH in the same direction. So this is the eclipse conformation. In this conformation, it is stable because it has a hydrogen bonding. So this is the stability fact for this hydrogen bonding of OH proton, and this fluorine has a hydrogen bonding, right? So this is a stability factor, but there are so many instability factors also there. That one thing is that the dipole moment. So both the carbon fluorine dipole moment and carbon oxygen dipole moment are working in the same direction. Therefore, it has a huge amount of dipole moment which make the system unstable. And one more thing is that there is a steric repulsion between the fluorine and OH. And one more thing is that the fluorine has lone pair, 3 lone pairs on it, and oxygen has 2 lone pairs on it. So these three lone pair and this fluorine lone pair and this oxygen lone pair will repel each other. So there is a electronegative repulsion. So therefore, this conformation is not so stable. So these dipole moment factors are there, and one more thing is that there is a electron repulsion between the oxygen lone pair and the fluorine. So therefore, this is not so stable conformation. Okay. And if we come for this, so this is quite stable because it is an anti-conformation. So anti-conformation means this is the anti-conformation, right? So anti-conformation means the OH and the fluorine is in the opposite side. So in this case, the dipole moment is less. And one more thing is that there is no electron-electron repulsion or steric repulsion. But the factor is that there is no hydrogen bonding. So this conformation will not get any hydrogen bonding stability, and hence this conformation is not so stable conformation. So this is also not the most stable conformation. Now we will come to this conformation. Now this conformation so this is the gauge conformation. So here you can see this OH hydrogen can make a hydrogen bond with this fluorine. So hydrogen bonding is possible, and it can avoid the electron repulsion of this OH and the fluorine. So that also overcome in this case. And one more thing is that the dipole moment vector also somewhat less because both are not exactly in the same direction. So therefore, here dipole moment vector is also somewhat less, and hydrogen bonding also possible. So this is the most stable conformation. Okay. So option number 2 is the most stable conformation. So now we will come to the next question. So this question is from the Birch reduction. Here the lithium is given. Lithium has electronic configuration of 1s2, 2s1. So this 2s1, this electron is somewhat free electron, and it can donate this electron to get the nearest noble gas configuration. So therefore, this electron will be come out, and the ammonia will make a complex with this, means it will be surrounded by ammonia. So it can represent as ENH3 whole N. So if you see this, this is our starting material, and this starting material, if we go for the resonance, then it can give this 2 resonating structure. This ring is intact in both this case. Okay, so we will not disturb this second benzene ring because this ring is more aromatic than this ring. Okay, so these two are the most stable conformation. So this electron will not disturb the aromaticity of this ring. So therefore, it will attack either in this ortho position compared to nitrogen or the para position compared to nitrogen. So but why this electron will react? So if we react to the para position, then it can go for a extended conjugation. So this will be give a extra stability. So therefore, this electron will attack here. This bond will come. So this will produce. So what we will get? We will get the N minus and here a dot. Okay. This negative will take a proton from the solvent. Okay. So this will take a solvent proton. So a solvent is liquid ammonia. So from that it can take a proton, and a electron, one more electron which is surrounded by the ammonia can come and can give an electron here. So a negative charge. So these 2 electrons will merge together and a negative charge will generate in this position. So what we will get? We will get the NH and here a negative charge, and this negative charge can take a proton from the solvent again. Okay, so it will take a proton from the solvent, and what will happen? So we will get this is our NH and this one, this is our starting material. So this is our final product. So this is the final product. So guys, you see, so in this first option, the benzene ring is reduced, and hence this is not our correct final product. In the option 3 also benzene reduced, so this is not a correct final product. So but option 2 and option 4 has the reducing ring of the pyridine ring, so therefore this may be the final product. So you can see this is the option 2, which is the actual correct answer. So hope guys you understand the video and you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching this. I will come for the next video tomorrow.